Says they're joining. I don't know who it is though. KK Cape Town. KK Cape Town.
Hello.
What brings you here today, KK?
Well, I had the time. I was like, let me see if I can join.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Have you met Bruno before from Uganda?
No, I don't think so. I don't recognize. Hi, Bruno.
Hi, KK.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I don't know who
Thank you.
this other person is, so I'm going to remove them
Okay.
because
Is it appropriate
they're
that I
not
join?
talking. Is it appropriate that you're here?
Yes. My
It's
gosh.
absolutely wonderful you're here. All right, well, your timing's perfect. Let's go. So we're still waiting for Rabson from Zambia, but we've got KK from Cape Town, Bruno from Uganda, and David from the land of the colonizers. I'm in London.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Right, let's start with a check-in. So I'm checking in feeling it's really nice to see you, KK.
It's lovely to see you too.
Nice surprise.
Yeah.
I'll take you, Bruno. Are you good to come back on, Bruno? Or is
Yeah. Thank you, David, and welcome, KK. My name is
Thank
Bruno from Uganda. I am checking in feeling fresh. I've been having a nap and I've just woken
you.
up and I feel fresh.
Mm.
Tagging you, KK.
Thank you, Bruno. KK, I'm checking in feeling just like really reflective, and I'd say focused. Yeah. And I'm tagging you, David.
cool. All right, so KK, just to orientate you, the campus has grown quite a bit.
Mm.
And on a Tuesday morning this time, we have a leadership class, which is to support people in their projects. Yeah.
All right.
And so maybe, Bruno, this is a good time for you to introduce your project. Introduce your project to KK as if he was a funder from the World Health Organization.
All right. As I first introduce myself, I am from Uganda and I joined the recovery community on the 1st of April 2024. So
Mm.
when I joined the community, my background, I was someone who was using alcohol. Then when I joined this community, it helped me through coaching, through mentoring, to really feel safe. It was a safe space for me. Then, in the course of my journey towards the end of 2024, I got a vision to bring a service to my community, and that
Mm.
was the service which was missing, a secondary school serving children who are aged 12 to around 18, 19, 20 years, the ones who have completed primary education.
Mm.
So when I brought this vision to the room in front of David and other people, they gave me a huge support. And by January 2025, we opened the first secondary school in a rural community serving 22 villages. So as I sit here, um, I'm the head of a school which I've been running for a full year, and I'm so proud of it because it is solving a huge problem in the community. And apart from running the school, doing formal education, we also do some bit of recovery, moving around the community, supporting people who are struggling with addiction, people who are going through trauma. So I have all those skill sets, and I've extended them to a team of guys I work with on ground. So my organization is called Hope Foundation, and the school is also under Hope Foundation. So briefly, that is the project I am running here in Uganda. Thank you.
Wow, I mean, congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. Sure.
So, KK, interview Bruno now as if you were a World Health Funder. What would you be looking for?
Oh,
Nice sigh.
sure. I mean, so it sounds like this is quite a new project, and I was wondering kind of what um like, are your teachers like qualified to do the training and the teaching and stuff? What is the like education level?
Yeah, sure. We have qualified teachers
Right.
who are giving the education, who are standing in class and teaching the kids. And the level, um, maybe I may not use the real education language, but the level is for kids who have completed the basic education. We call it primary education in Uganda, which is kindergarten up to to a level when they are around 12 years old. Then, because when they complete secondary education, the one we are providing, they will go to university or to any other institution and get trained for a job.
Yeah, I don't really know kind of what to look out for. But yeah, so then, I mean, so do you guys give support in providing suggestions for tertiary education, like the universities and stuff? How do you support them in moving out?
We have that in plan, but we are not giving it now. The reason being, the secondary education we are offering has 6 classes, and currently we are only having 3 classes. So we still have some journey ahead. So out of the 6 classes, when they reach like in the 5th class, that's when we shall begin supporting them on what to expect in tertiary institutions, mentoring them, supporting them on what they want to do, the courses they want to apply, what they want to be in the future, something like that. So, yeah.
Okay. And then what kind of support do you need from this from us, in helping you grow that fifth class? How can we move you forward into that fifth class and then eventually that sixth class?
In fact, the biggest challenge we are having is resources, because we are a non-profit providing a service to a community which is vulnerable, which is living under the poverty line. So we are an institution which came to give support to raise a community, and the community we are raising doesn't have the funds to pay for the children. So our biggest need is finance, is money. That is the right word. Funds. Yeah, resources. I think resources is the best word because it covers everything. That is what we need from people like you.
Mm.
Yeah.
And do you have kind of like an amount that you like need?
So, KK, let's change the question. You've got $100,000 US dollars to invest. Okay, so go with that. Now think of the person that's working for the World Health Organization. You've got a budget that you're accountable for, and you've just met this guy in rural Africa that's giving you a nice story about his school that's under the poverty line.
Um, okay, so like what are the resources that you are needing at the moment? Is it like books? Is it more teachers? Is it buildings, classrooms? You know, what?
Um, we have different types of resources we want, like whatever you've talked about is needed. For the case of teachers, we need a sustainability plan for them because the teachers need to be paid.
Right.
They are not from within the community. So coming to give us support, we need to facilitate their movement. So we need like a monthly facilitation for the teachers. Then we need some materials like reading materials. You've talked about books. We would also need digital items. Since the world has revolved, we are now in the digital era. We need computers, we need Wi-Fi, we need and other um, connected resources. Then, if we had $100,000, like David Collins has suggested, we would put that money into construction of structures for the school because um, we already have land for the school. We managed to buy land last year, so we have the land for the school. If we are to get an amount of money like 100,000 US dollars, we would directly put it to construction of classrooms um, for the students. Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of at a brick wall. I think,
So
yeah,
just just
kind of
just
like,
sit just sit with the feeling of being at a brick wall. Huh, okay. And let's both just kind of zoom out for a second. Yeah. Are you hearing us, KK?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You froze there for a second. All right. So the
Oh,
world is stuck like this. So on the one hand, you have the finances sitting in pots,
mm,
and you have communities that can do that, but there's a brick wall on
mm,
how to get the finances from here to the community. So what we need to do is now think of the circle, how this is going to how this is going to yeah, well, circulate, right? So so what sort of challenges do you have from your job, KK?
well, I guess, you know, first of all, I have a budget. I have a budget of $100,000. And my fear in talking about construction at the moment is that at the moment, like it sounds like everyone is already quite at capacity. There is very few, there's a need for additional resources like books, like payment for teachers and that type of stuff. And I feel like making the building bigger right now shouldn't be the priority, if that makes sense. I feel like it should be the resources of the books, of something like Wi-Fi and the digital, stuff like that, as well as paying the teachers actually for their commutes, as well as just a little basic income. That taking care of what is existing currently would be the most important. And that way, just seeing how those finances are used towards that. And then once there is a sustainable flow, in a limited capacity, then we can see what else is needed, and how we can expand without overwhelming everyone again, if that makes sense. Because I feel like it's no point in making the school bigger when there is not enough resources to um, sustain what is already currently there.
Oh,
And also, I don't want to. I can't give you $100,000 right now, because then later when there's something else in need, there's no funding. There's no money.
okay, great. This is a perfect example of what a fuck up the world is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just stay stuck. So what we're going to do now, yeah, now we're going to swap roles. KK, you're going to become the headmaster of the school. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is your school, and Bruno's the World Health Funder that's got the $100,000. Okay? Are you okay to play along, KK?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So tell us tell the Bruno from the World Health Organization about your project.
Okay. Um, so I've been on an introspective journey for some time now, and in that process, I've joined a group on coaching in recovery in substance and process addictions and stuff like that. And in that process, I had a vision to help my um, Ugandan community and open a secondary school, because there's a need in this community, and that is secondary school. We have primary facilities, but that's where the education essentially ends. And um, we are the first secondary school in our community, which is incredible. It is really a blessing. Um, However, we are under-resourced at the moment, and we are looking for investors to help sustain us, as we are a non-profit organization relying on the community to further educate our children, as well as support parents, and as well as kids in addiction, and helping them create a life worth living. And when I say underfunded, I mean, there's a need for books. There's a need for tablets, as we are in a digital world, as well as Wi-Fi, as well as a bigger and safer community for bigger, safer environment for learning, um, and that is designed for learning, as well as our teachers, who are taking time out of their own lives and sacrificing an income to come help us educate these kids. Um, they need who are communing from other communities to come help this community. We need to give them some compensation for their time and their knowledge. And I feel those are some of the resources that need focus right now, to sustain what is currently there, And in future, we would love to do some renovations as well as create a bigger space for learning and education in this community.
Fantastic. Mr. World Health Funder?
Oh, okay. Thank you. I can see the vision. I can see the need. I can see your willingness to serve the community. And according to how you have spoken,
Mm.
you are talking about resources.
Mm.
Um, how much money would you need to handle the challenges you've talked about? How much resources would you need?
David, I don't know how to answer that question. I really don't.
When you get in that position, suck a number out your head, quick.
Right. Okay. I would say okay, because they haven't mentioned the budget. So I would also say $100,000.
Okay. If we are to give you $100,000,
Mm.
what guarantee do we have that you are going to use the funds for the said need?
So I think this is why it would be great for us to be a partnership rather than just you giving us money, in that you would help us, actually create a budget on what is needed. We present all the material and all the information that we have, and in this partnership, we decide this amount goes to, education and books. This goes to actually paying our educators, and then this amount would go to general maintenance like water, um, electricity, Wi-Fi, and tablets and those type of resources. As you are the funders, we would need you to participate in and also say what you're willing to do and help us create a budget for this. We have some ideas, we could share them with you, but at the end of the day, it is up to you to help us and decide what the money should be used for.
All right. Assuming we give you $10,000 for a start, what is the most pressing need you would go for first? Because honestly, for the first time, we cannot give you $100,000. We need to first build relationship and trust. So,
Right.
but we can give you $10,000. What can you handle first according to your priority?
Mm. So I guess I think the most pressing matters are our educators. Without them, we have no one to teach. We can have the material, but if there's no educators, there's no teaching happening anywhere. So I think a large portion of that 10,000 would go to creating a basic salary for the teachers. So we'd do research on what a basic salary would look like. And then another portion would go into providing some materials like books that are in need, you know, um, as well as some stationery stuff for the teachers as well as the kids. But very basic as that is what the budget allows. Um, I'm not sure what else we could use that money for. But yeah, I think the focus right now is our educators as well as some teaching material.
Thank you.
Mm.
Yep.
No.
How are you feeling, Bruno?
I'm feeling full. I'm feeling the other side of the world.
The other side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what have you learned from it?
Um, like it has taught me in case I'm to have an encounter with a donor or someone ready to fund, like how I can go about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
KK, what have you learned?
Well, I mean, I got to experience both
Bruno's
sides, which,
being Bruno's being attacked by that chicken. He's trying
oh
to get
my
the chicken away.
Well, yeah.
I
Carry
got
on,
to experience
KK.
I got to experience both sides, which was really quite cool. First of all, being the person with the funds
Nikutoka man.
and the responsibility of like, this is the budget that I have, and I want to help as best I can. And at the same time, I cannot give you everything because we need to make sure that the money is used for in the right ways, in a sustainable way. And I also got to be the school who is asking for this money, and realizing that actually I need to know exactly what the school needs, so that when we present, we actually we present in the correct way, as well as we realize what is the priority right now, as much as the vision is where we are heading towards, what needs to be done right now. So doing that like reverse engineering was good. I got to convince someone to give me freaking $100,000 eventually. And I got to ask for it as well.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to turn up the volume a bit. Yep. And I'm going to get a bit edgy. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So why would I give money to a couple of drug addicts?
Right.
They're high risk. Why would I give money to people in Africa? It's always just bloody handouts, and you never get a return on the investment. You can't trust these people. Just going to run off with the money and start drinking again. They both said they're in recovery. I've heard all this recovery shit before. They're criminals, you know.
Yeah, that's quite something, eh?
It's because this is the voice that's happening in the background that's not being spoken about because of political correctness.
Right.
Yeah, but it's what a lot of people think. It's part of the narrative that lives in the world that
Mm.
stops the money from flowing.
Mm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so am I talking a truth?
Yes. And I
Or am I
guess,
talking an experience?
yeah, I've certainly experienced it, and that's why I don't necessarily disclose anymore in professional settings that I am a recovering addict.
Oh wow. Okay, shit, KK. This is being streamed. Are you okay with that?
Oh, no, 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 that's fine. This is totally fine. I just mean like in my work.
Oh,
This
your
is
work
fine.
work, not your
Yeah.
pretend life.
No.
Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of stigma out there still, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay. KK, what are you thinking? I mean, Bruno, what are you thinking?
Yeah, what you're talking about is 100% true. If it wasn't true, we would already be having a lot of funds, because it's not that the world doesn't have money. The world has money, but it has its reasons for not giving it out. I've encountered people like that, who don't trust anyone from Africa, any project from Africa, and other issues. But if I'm to meet someone like you, I'll tell them I'm not working alone. Because Hope Foundation is under UACT, and we have been working together for the past 2 years, coming to 3 years. So you can talk to David Collins. I can refer them to you, and they speak to you.
David
Maybe they would
Collins, that guy,
understand.
you hang out with that guy, he's mad. He's psychotic. He causes a lot of shit in the world. Don't trust
No.
him.
Yeah, and like for my case, um, really I don't know, because David Collins has done a lot of work in the world. So if he's an addict, if he's what, then he's the right guy, because apart from the Hope Foundation, he has done a lot of work in South Africa, a lot of work in the UK, a lot of work in the Netherlands. So I think it's better to understand what he is doing rather than drawing a conclusion of what you think he is. That's my thought. Yeah.
Hmm. I think it's a really good answer. I think I like that you said that you have references, and that
Yeah.
you have some experience of, first of all, of what you have right now as a
So I'm
school.
going to take myself out of the picture. Yep. So this
Yeah.
isn't about David Collins. So you two work it out now.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Um, so yeah, I like that you said you have some references, whether it's David Collins or not, just general references with other big facilities. It gave me it gave me another place to look into, so we can also build some trust. Um, I don't know. I think already, because we are having this conversation, that there should be a level of trust to really give you $10,000 anyway. So I don't actually know what else to say from here. Yeah.
Um, sometimes some people who want to support can come on ground to see the work you've already done,
Mm,
because there are people who don't want to give support where there is nothing.
mm,
So by telling them something is already moving on the ground,
mm,
and if they can pay a visit,
mm,
which is not an easy angle, because, for example, someone has never been in Africa, there is a lot of stigma. Because I've ever talked to like two people, and they told me, one of them was asking, what guarantee do I have that if I land in Uganda, I won't get killed immediately?
oh yeah.
And like, yeah, there is some kind of stigma. Sometimes you can suggest come on ground, and they feel they are not safe to come on ground. But that is another thing I would suggest, if someone would buy it, to come on ground, look at the project, maybe speak to some people, something like that. It's just the other thing I'm thinking about,
Mm,
because yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. If someone can be willing to come on ground
mm,
and see the project, that would also be, I think someone can be ready to fund. I'm just thinking that.
mm.
Yep.
No, I think that is a good idea. And I guess it would be, whatever you suggest, it's up to them to make a decision on whether they come or not. And I think
Yeah.
having suggestions like, just saying things like, you can come on ground, we can give you an escort, to bring you to the premises, or you can have your own escort that will, accompany you on this journey. Um, uh, but yeah, like you said, some people would be willing, some people aren't willing. You can do a virtual tour of the premises and the facilities, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those scams. It's all AI, a virtual tour. It's a scam.
Yeah.
We need you on the ground.
Bruno's just sitting there. He's got a lemon tree behind him, but he's actually in a studio creating this big scam to fucking con the people in the West.
What of the rooster?
The rooster, yeah. That's a prop that you've borrowed from the local shebeen.
Oh, it's an AI rooster.
So the whole point of that was for me to kind of go away. So when leadership goes away, the show needs to carry on. So one of the risks that your organization's carrying, Bruno, is soul man dependency. Yep. So you need to think about, if you weren't around, how would this carry on? In terms of the finances, having a big budget and limiting funding as a time is a good way to build trust, build rapport, to manage risk around that. That's a very good skill to have as well. What are some of the other learnings you two have got from here? KK, I loved what you said about being discerning around your recovery journey, because there's still a lot of stigma out there. Yeah. And just having awareness of when to talk, who the audience is, yep, for your own protection. Okay, what else you learn? I'm just hanging up my laundry.
Oh, wow. Do you want to go first, Bruno?
No, you can go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else have I learned? I think it's so important that I become clear around my goals. I'm also looking for an investor in my private
Oh, tell
business.
us about your business.
So
You
I've
still
been in
doing nails?
yes, so I've been in the beauty industry for about 6 months now. And even saying that, even when you said, you've had 2 years of experience or a year of being a principal, there's a fear in that. It's like, oh, it's too little or it's too, but I liked what you said, David, just showing them, and also you, Bruno, just showing them what is already there is really important in trusting what can possibly become. And so basically, I've been managing a spa. I went from no experience to a junior nail tech at a spa. And it's been challenging, but it's been good. And from junior nail tech, literally within a month and a half, I became the manager of the spa. And I was managing people with several of years, like 2 decades, 20 years of experience in nails and in beauty and in massages and this, that, and the next thing. I was managing their schedules and communicating between clients and stuff, which is great in, going forward and learning how to relate to others and that type of stuff. And now, in that, I've been connected with celebrities, with, people who have really made a success in the beauty industry, and one of them wants to take me under their wing. And it's so funny because my therapist and her are connected already, and we just happen to bump into each other in the same spa. So she's just offered to take me under her wing. for a very for very little money, but she's helping me create a life for myself, which is amazing, and I'm going for it. I've declined the offer to continue being the manager, and I think I'm actually going to start leaving the business
Yeah.
in the next month, which is insane to even think
Yeah.
about. But yeah, I'm looking for an investor. At the moment, my mom is my investor, um, who's agreed to going this journey. And yeah, it's important for me to become clear about what I need, what resources I need, what funding I need, the building, the material, and the education and how I go forward. So it's been good having this conversation because now I also know I need to know what I need, when I need it, how much I need. um, and yeah.
And you never know when you're going to be dropped in the deep end, and then you need to come up with your story.
And what do you mean by that?
So you got dropped in the deep end today. You were here, and it was like, pitch, be this person, take on
Oh
that
yeah,
role, to
yeah,
ask the questions of stuff that you don't really know about. Just kind of make stuff up and throw it out there and see what lands and what comes back.
right.
Yeah, cool. Bruno, how are you checking out? Let's start the checkout. I hope today was helpful.
Yeah, it was so helpful. I feel like I've been interviewed on a TV station, on BBC. I've been in front of a donor cross-examining me. So it has given me some excitement, yeah, I feel happy. I feel happy because it was so exciting. And I didn't expect the microphone to turn around. Now you are the one from World Health Organization.
Mm.
I felt my blood stopped moving then. So it has been a nice experience. I check out with joy and gratitude and tagging you, KK.
Thanks, Bruno. I'm checking out like um just overall grateful for this opportunity to do something different. I think it's really important in our recovery processes anyway. Um, and also just with a lot more clarity on what needs to take place within this month for me. Um, yeah, that's it actually.
Cool.
I'm tagging you, David.
So I check out with a lot of joy. Just so you know, the 167 project is something that's happening here in London out of the London Recovery Coaching Campus. And
Mm,
the whole idea of it is 1 hour of treatment a week, but then
mm,
you've got 167 other hours. So going to school, going to a beautician, getting a job, that sort of thing are all the things that make up recovery. Yeah.
mm,
Make up building, giving back to community, that sort of thing. And it's doing it without money. Yeah. It's just like we got to do something. And once it's done, maybe the money will come and then decide if you want to be subservient to the donor, the funder, because that's another leadership challenge we'll have.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
All right, everyone. Lots of love. Lovely to see you again, KK.
Thank you for having me, guys.
It's a
Thanks,
pleasure.
Bruno.
Thanks, Bruno.
Yeah, thank you, both of you. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank
Cool.
you.